It's a nice day for a gay wedding.
I promise to care for you always, and to keep our love and friendship as it is today and always.
And always. Thank you. So Lisa, I promise to care for you always, and to keep our love and friendship as it is today
And always.
and always.
And the ring, it's circle, it has no beginning, it has no end, and it symbolises everlasting and unending love. So it gives me the greatest of pleasure to announce you are now civil partners.
I haven't vlogged in a while because I got sad for a couple of weeks, which actually that happens every couple of weeks, I'm realizing, and I need to figure out how to make it happen less. I do feel like every time I go through a period of not feeling good about myself, or not feeling good about where I'm at, essentially not being happy with where I'm at rather than just being present, I do want to give myself some credit because I do feel like I problem solve, and although I definitely feel emotions quite deeply, I do problem solve and I do try and figure out, how did we get here and how can we not come back. This time around, the sadness was about self-worth and how it relates to the entertainment industry, because I can definitely have times, most of the time I feel like I'm happy with who I am, I'm happy that I'm a human, I'm happy to be alive, life is valuable and life is beautiful, and then other times I feel like I am not worth anything unless I am successful in the field that I have chosen. And it's a back and forth thing because obviously I don't feel like that all the time. Sometimes I'm smart and I think life is beautiful and life will always be complicated, and it's worth it to be here to experience the joy, and it's worth it to be here to experience the good things. We wouldn't know what those good things feel like if we weren't able to feel bad things. And then other times I'm quite affected by negative scenarios in my life. I think I'm not valuable if I'm not successful. I think I'm not worth anything and I don't have anything to offer. They are two opposing feelings, and I feel like I was just in a place where the bad one kept coming up, like not valuable, not worth anything, not valuable, not worth anything. And because those feelings were based on experiences, I'd then be a little bit manic and I'd be in my head about those experiences, and so maybe I'd be talking about them a lot and then I'd feel shame because I'm talking about negative experiences, and maybe like adding some negativity to someone's day because it's not a positive story or it's not a positive emotion. Or if someone asks me how I am, I can't actually say fine. When I feel the scale tipping and when I feel like I've been feeling more negative emotions than positive, I put everything on pause. I will put life on pause until I figure it out. I won't see my friends, I won't do my job, I won't see my family, I will just recluse into my bedroom. And I do that for two reasons. The first reason is because my head is so consumed by my current emotions that I don't feel like I'm able to experience life in a normal way. Like I don't feel like I'm able to speak and be myself or to have normal experiences of the normal things that I do, and I don't want evidence that I'm right. And the second reason, again, is about evidence, which is that if you have a certain perspective, if you think the world hates me, the world is against me, I'm not a valuable human, I don't have any worth, and you go outside, you're gonna find evidence of that being true. And so because I know that me being in a certain state will make more memories that probably keep my feelings where they are, I don't want to go outside and I don't want to see anyone, and I don't want to do the regular things that bring me joy because they're just a bit too scary at the time. Even small things like cleaning my room, like, does this room look clean? You can't really have a clear mind in a cluttered space, so this represents my mind right now. This is already a better day because I'm able to talk about it, obviously, and I'm able to take myself outside the house. crazy, but I was definitely feeling reluctant to be honest, because the truth is that I find it embarrassing. I find it embarrassing to experience depression. I find it embarrassing to experience low self-worth, and I find it embarrassing to be so emotionally affected by racism and sexism, because this really does happen to me every couple of weeks. And then of course it feels like by being myself and by being myself online, I'm attracting more of it to me, because if I'm being honest about who I am or what my experiences are or what my day is, it's gonna encourage people to comment, encourage people to say certain things to me. I made this Instagram reel about sexist parenting and it was so casual. And then it got loads and loads of comments by people being like, hey, yeah, this happened to me too, this happened to me too, this happened to me too, this happened to me too. And of course, when you have those kind of comments, you're also going to have the rebuttal and the other side of things, which is people saying it's in your head, it was just your specific household, this isn't real. And it can still be overwhelming even when it's one video and it's lots of comments on one video, but at least it's like contained into one space. But when people feel so passionately against you from that one video that they then go on your page and make other comments on other videos in relation to the first one. So it's basically angry people that benefit from sexism being angry that someone has pointed out that sexism exists. Lots of that, lots more of that to come in my life. Love it. And this is something that I thought about before sharing myself online again, because number one, I've been here before. I've had videos that I've talked about race, have lots and lots of comments and lots of angry comments, and I've replied to them and then they reply again. Number two, I know what it's like to be black online, whether or not it's been a first-hand experience. Like, we saw what happened to Normani when she got racist bullied off the internet. We saw what happened to the actress Francesca when she got cast as Juliet. I did not mean for those two things to rhyme, but they did. So it's like shying myself away from the internet doesn't stop me from having those experiences, and if I want to make videos, which I do, I'm gonna just have to deal with it. But then number three, this is the big one. This is actually the one that makes me go crazy, because I can just turn off my notifications, I can walk away from something if I want to, but if I am sad because someone has said something to me that's horrible online, then my brain is like, you cannot be a creative. Like, you actually can't be a creative. You should just quit now. You should fail. You can't be a creative, because being a creative is being vulnerable, is showing yourself. And if you're struggling now when it's not even your primary source of income, then maybe you can't do this forever, king. And those are the type of big thoughts that will sit in my room and marinate on until I lose my mind. And it lasts 1 or 2 days and then it's over. And right now it feels like it's over again. I know I don't sound fantastic, and that is because I have been drinking and smoking my sorrows away. I've been able to remind myself that I don't want to live myself with fear as my primary emotion. Fear is welcome, fear can be here. I am scared, but I'd rather let fear lead me rather than let fear stop me. In terms of, sometimes I do believe that the way that we think about something scary is usually like a hint that we're supposed to go towards it. Maybe with caution, but the scary thing is usually a thing that we want or a thing that we need. And so fear can stick around, but I will be interacting with it differently. First of all, I'm gonna flip a coin every time I feel like I have a hard decision. I've had a lot of moving parts in my life recently, and again, I think too much. I'm like, this could end up like this and this could end up like this, when in reality, everything in life is a gamble, and so I should take it just that seriously. Flip a coin, make a decision, move on. The second thing is that I want to give myself some human grace for feeling human emotions, because feelings pass and feelings are valid as well. And also, ever since, you know, reading that emotionally unavailable article thing that blew my mind, I've been thinking a lot about how people responded to my emotions as a child, how people respond to my emotions in the present tense, how even though I see myself as a very open, very emotional person, I also suppress my emotions a lot because I don't think it's appropriate to feel as much as I feel. And you know, I'm just trying to be mindful. So if I feel for a second like, hey, I'm not worth anything, hey, I'm not good enough, hey, I don't feel good about myself, that is fine, because again, it will pass. And I have a sneaky feeling that lots of people feel like that. Maybe not everyone talks about it because, like I said, it's a bit embarrassing, but I think it's pretty common and pretty human, and I need to remind myself of that as well. My voice is not the strongest, as you can hear, and I made an impulse buy anyway. I bought 7 weeks of singing lessons because it's just a beginner's course, it's a foundation course, and I'm sick of not knowing the basics. Like, I haven't learned the basics since I was a child. I haven't been refreshed because I stopped doing musical theatre because a bitch is not a soprano. In my head I was like, hey, I could wait a couple of weeks, there's literally the same course happening a couple of weeks later. But because I'm coming out of my rut and I want to go outside and be a person again, I'm also remembering a quote that I saw that said, you'll never be ready, so just start. And I think I again think too much and always try to put all of my ducks in a row before taking the next step or doing the right thing for myself. I talk to myself in my head a lot about the difference between psychological fear and primal fear. And primal fear is if there was like a moving truck coming towards you, you want to dodge out of the way because you want to stay safe and you want to be alive. But psychological fear is like, hey, I need to like sing in front of a crowd, and that is scary. So the flipping the coin technique and the just starting technique helps because it reminds me these things are just psychological fears. Is there really a preparation for creativity? Like, sure, I should go to singing class when I'm actually able to sing, but we're just going to be learning about like how to sing from your diaphragm and how to take care of your throat. So this might be a bit of a silly one, but I'm just going to start. Class has finished and it was a fantastic first session, so much fun, absolutely obsessed with the music teacher as I usually am. And because I can't just like film the whole class, which would be weird, I might just do a small challenge for myself and sing like 30 seconds of an a cappella song every time I go to class, so that I'm like less scared and less scared and less scared and less scared and less scared.